What's going on YouTube? My name is Chris and welcome to Immodernation. No, it doesn't. Hold on a second. What's going on YouTube? My name is Chris and welcome to Immodernation. Today's a very special day because I'm going to be joining Filthy Icon and we are going to go pick up an SNES Classic. Yeah! All right, we are at local electronic retailer. You can probably guess what store, but that store that I just pointed to did not sponsor this video. So this is Juan, Filthy Icon. Yes. What are we doing today, Juan?
Today we are picking up the Super Nintendo Classic.
The SNES Classic. So you got a pre-order on this, right?
I did get a pre-order on this. I was lucky enough to get the first wave of pre-orders.
We're gonna go ahead and head into this place and go pick it up.
Yep, let's do it.
Before we could enter the store, we had to wait in line with other people who are also waiting to pick up their SNES Classics.
Why turtles.
Me wait.
So how many purchases do you have available?
Unfortunately, we can't give out exact numbers.
How many do you have in your hand right now?
I have. That's a good question. I have up to number 200 here.
Up to number 200. Okay.
And I can tell you that we have more after also. So
got it.
We got a good bid in. If you have a ticket, you're guaranteed a console.
So we went to the back of the line for the SNES pre-orders. So Juan, let me ask you, how does it feel to be the only person in line for a pre-order?
I mean, it's really crazy to be a part of the pre-order, but to be a part of the first wave of pre-order is even more insane. I mean, I remember the Best Buy, when I got the NES Classic last December, they had like 25 in the store.
Wow.
So quite a difference, Nintendo. Thank you, Nintendo.
Some employees going in and out of this electronics store. Yeah. This electronics store that did not sponsor this video.
So you guys are, I can take you guys inside. You guys can pick up the pre-orders right now.
Cool. Awesome. Thanks. Go ahead, man.
Let's go.
All right. We are going in before the store even opens. This is wild. Look at this. Nobody in here.
They'll be able to help you out with your pre-order.
Cool. Thank you.
Cool. These are already purchased ones. Wow. Oh no, Juan, they lost your pre-order.
There you go, right there, right at the top. You want a bag?
Yes, please.
Might need one, huh?
I don't want to get mugged up there.
Thanks a lot. Have a good one. We're gonna get booed and hissed at by the crowd. You realize that?
I think so.
Oh
my god.
How do we get out? Can you pull it?
I guess we've...
Okay. We're just gonna we're just gonna escape from the store like no big deal.
Yeah. We're all gonna get one. And
yeah.
I'll trade you.
Take a look at it.
Wow.
Take a quick look at it.
I like the guy over there is like, we'll trade you. Trade me what? Can you flip it over a second?
Yeah.
Wow, look at all the games. 20 games on there. Well, 21 actually with Star Fox 2. Let's get that in focus there. Star Fox 2. Cool, man. All right, let's get the f out of here before they mug us. We're doing an unboxing and first impressions of the Super NES Classic Edition.
That's right.
We just picked this up this morning, right?
Yes, we did. At a local store that we were not sponsored by.
We actually picked it up at... Special thanks for them letting us in early.
That's true.
They did let us into the store about maybe, what was it? They let us in like 45 minutes early.
Yeah, something
I think. So kudos to them. This is a very special day. This is a day that you've been waiting for a long time now.
That is true, Chris. Honestly, like this has been very rumored ever since the NES Classic came out, and ever since then I've been waiting for them to make this.
Yeah.
And the day's finally here.
All right, so here we are with the Super NES Classic Edition. You actually purchased one of these back, the regular NES Classic back in November.
Yeah, it was actually December that I got it. It was pretty amazing that I got it during the holiday season.
So that's this guy over here. Let's go ahead and get into the Super Nintendo. I know you've been waiting a really long time for this, so I will let you go ahead and do the honors.
All right, let's do the unboxing right now.
So how many games are in this one?
Well, there are 21 games included.
Okay. So those include some of the classics like Super Mario World and Yoshi's Island. You've also got Castlevania, Mario Kart. I mean, you've got some really big name titles here.
That is true. A lot of people say that while there are less games on here, the selection is much better. Less filler to go around, so.
Yeah, so they've got less games compared to the NES Classic, but you've got some big league hitters. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and set this box aside and continue. Go ahead and actually put this.
Well, the first thing we see here right off the bat is what looks to be an instruction manual, but it's also a poster.
We'll go ahead and open this up, and wow.
Check out that poster.
So let's...
ladies and gents.
Look at that.
It's pretty cool.
So you've got all 21 titles on here.
Yeah, and the back is, like I said, instructions. It's just in different languages. It's just the same thing over and over again, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Put that up on your wall.
Yeah, it's a good one to frame, I would say.
All right, well, let's continue with this unboxing.
All right, so I guess I'll go next with the more boring stuff. Will get more exciting, but the adapter, of course.
Oh, Juan, why are we doing the boring stuff? Well, let's go ahead. Let's take it out of the plastic.
All right.
So here's the adapter. You know, this reminds me a lot of the Samsung and the Apple adapters. It's got like a matte textured finish to it.
Oh, and it says Nintendo, unlike the NES Classic one.
Okay, well, let's keep going.
All right, so these are controllers. Don't want to go there yet. Looks like this. No, that's more controllers. Where's the cables at?
Oh,
okay. An HDMI cable.
We got some cables at the bottom here.
Alrighty, so we got USB cable.
Okay.
So there we go.
All right, and so what is this USB cable for?
That is to power the system up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, right. So this is it connects into here like so, and that is what powers your system.
Correct. And we also have our HDMI cable. I've already got more than enough of these, but thank you, Nintendo, for thinking of us.
All right, let's go ahead and pull all this stuff to the side. Let's open a controller.
Yeah, well, I was thinking we could do one together because this thing comes with 2 controllers.
Okay, so the NES Classic only had 1 controller, right? Correct. So now they decided that there was 2 because, you know, why not play with a friend?
Exactly, especially because this thing has Mario Kart on it. I mean, I really do think 2 controllers are a must here.
Okay. So we're seeing the same type of proprietary connector that Nintendo used for the NES Classic.
Oh, wow.
I wonder if that means that you would be able to use an NES Classic controller on a Super NES.
That would be interesting to see, I think. Wow, definitely feels very true to the original.
It's got a good feel to it.
Yeah, definitely. I have to agree.
Let's compare the feel of the original Super NES to the NES Classic. So we'll start with the D-pad. Okay, they both feel very comparable. So they've got a good amount of push to them. I've noticed that this one, the old one obviously, is going to have a lot more wear to it. So it feels like it's sunk in a little bit more.
Yes.
This one, the newer one, feels a lot more punchy, which it should. Okay, start and select feel very similar. Let's do the buttons here.
I feel like the buttons actually do feel pretty similar.
The buttons are, I would say, near identical.
Yeah.
And what I like is that the X and Y buttons have those, the concave, the X and Y buttons have the concave feel to them. You know, where the A and the B have the convex shape. So it's, you know, I think if these were brand new looking and side by side, I wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
Yeah, I would say so.
Unless I had the end of the cable. But let's go ahead and open. Let's see. You took this one.
Yes.
You open this one up. Let's see a comparison in length. Because what I've noticed. So here's what I've noticed is that. One of the biggest complaints that people had about the NES Classic controller is just how short the cable is. So the cable was 3 feet long, you know, which would have been fine back in the 80s when you had a TV set that was 17 inches. Now we have televisions that are 50, 60, 70 inches and more. I don't understand why Nintendo would want you to sit that close to the television. Let's compare, well, first of all, let's compare the Super Nintendo controller, the Super NES Classic, to the NES Classic.
Okay.
So we're gonna put these two side by side like so.
Okay.
And then, sorry, I'm scratching up your controller there.
Ha, that's fine.
So look at that. So here's the end, let's see. Here's the end of the NES Classic controller. And as you can see, the Super NES, wow, it looks like it has an additional 2 feet.
About 2 feet, yeah.
It's about 2 feet to it.
Check it out.
So that is gonna be maybe probably a 5-foot cable.
Yeah.
Probably 5 feet. So it's a little bit longer. I still think that it should have been at least 6 feet.
I have to agree.
To give you at least a reasonable distance. To give you at least a reasonable distance from your television.
And of course, the original for the Super Nintendo is just, wow, it's very long. Probably I would say around 6 or 7 feet.
Well, here, I'll let you hold those ends together.
Okay.
And then we'll stretch them out this way.
Alrighty.
So,
yeah, it's very considerable.
As you can see, that's almost an additional 2.5 or 3 feet. Yep. I don't know why Nintendo made this decision to make the cable shorter. It's also possible that this is just the design that they preferred.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, maybe they saved a couple dollars by making it a few feet shorter. You know, and those dollars, they add up per unit. Okay.
Alrighty, well, let's get to the heart and soul of this unboxing.
The pièce de résistance.
Yeah, alrighty.
So go ahead and...
It's, oh my goodness. This is going to feel weird for me, folks.
Alright.
Wow. That feels so strange.
Here's my hand next to it for comparison.
Wow.
No joke, this thing is tiny.
This thing's pretty
I'm gonna put it next to, here is the NES Classic.
Alright.
So look at that. They are almost identical in size.
Yeah.
I would say the SNES is slightly larger.
It's funny to hold them because it's kind of like you're holding a controller, but you're actually holding the console.
Well, the funny thing is, like, the controller is bigger. The controller is actually bigger than the console itself.
It's true, yeah.
This is modern technology at work here. So we'll go ahead and put the NES Classic back.
Yeah.
All right, let's compare it to the size of this one.
All right, we got Grandpa here.
So this is the size difference, and wow, what a difference. I'm gonna go ahead and place that right there. And you can see just how small this is compared to the original Super Nintendo. It's quite remarkable. They were able to pack all of this technology in such a small form factor.
Now, one thing I do want to mention here is that, so the actual place where you would put the cartridge doesn't open, and the button to open the cartridge does not work either.
Well, here's the thing, like, you can actually, like, it moves a little bit, like there's a piece of plastic there.
Oh, really?
Even though it doesn't do anything.
Oh.
So that's interesting. That's an interesting design. If you compare it to, like, the NES Classic, again, the door for the cartridge doesn't open. You don't need cartridges.
Yeah.
But both the power and reset buttons work.
So, Chris, I have a question. How am I going to put this controller port in that controller port?
I don't know, Juan. I mean, all I see is that there's some ports here in the back. You know, you got a switch here, but hold on. Hold on. I think I see something. There's something that kind of moves in the front. Look at that. Okay, just pull it out towards you, and then pull it down.
Interesting.
And there it is. There are the slots right in there. So go ahead and plug that controller in.
Alrighty. Yeah, so when I saw the design for the controller ports, I was like, how are you going to put that inside? You know, like, that doesn't make any sense. And then later on, when we got more revealed, I noticed that there was a flap there, so...
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Oh, watch this. I'm going to take the NES Classic controller. I'm going to plug it in. You can't do this with the original systems. What now? I just committed blasphemy. Did you see that?
The Nintendo guards are surely looking down.
Look what I did.
In shame.
Look at that.
Does that make you guys uncomfortable a little bit?
I'm sure people with OCD are like, you idiot, what are you doing? It's not gonna work. We could do a comparison, just in case you forgot what those controller connectors look like.
It's been a while.
You know, what I really like is the fact that these switches slide.
Yeah.
So the reset one slides and the power one slides. Oh, cool. Just like on the original, the reset slides and the power slides.
Hey, yeah, that actually is very true to the original. The way it feels, it's exactly the same. So that's cool.
For those of you that are craving the nostalgia of the 90s, this is the perfect item for you. Yeah. This is clearly not for people that just want to play the games. For those people, like you suggested, they could go out and get a Raspberry Pi, load up a emulator like RetroPie, and play their games that way. But this is for true nostalgia freaks that love the original system, the original Nintendo Entertainment System, but they can't get their hands on one of these anymore. You know, plus the thing is that they don't have to spend all of that money buying all the games, or in this case, going to garage sales around their area and eBay, Craigslist looking for these games. You've got 21 games, some really, really good titles already loaded on this thing.
That's true, Chris, because this thing does have Earthbound, and that's a very expensive cartridge all on its own. So that's around, I think, double what this costs. So
wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So there you go. You can play Earthbound for half the price.
Half the price. And
on a Nintendo console. We're going to hook the device up. We're going to go ahead and play it a little bit and, you know, expect that full review video coming in the future.
Okay, great.
Sounds good. Well, hey, I want to say thank you so much for checking out this unboxing and first impressions.
And I have to say thank you to Chris to having me.
Yeah, thank you, Juan, Filthy Icon. Yeah. If you want to follow him on social media or check out his YouTube page, make sure you click on the link in the video description below. So thank you so much for checking out this unboxing and first impressions of the SNES Classic. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like button below and share this video. Join the Modern Nation and get subscribed today by clicking on the subscribe button below. And when you do, click on the bell icon inside of the subscribe button to be notified the moment that I release new YouTube videos. I'm releasing new YouTube videos every week. In fact, the next video that will be coming out is the full review on this bad boy right here. So make sure you click on that bell icon to be notified the moment that the full review comes out. If you have any other comments or questions, you can leave them for me in the comments section below. And as always, you can reach me on social media. I'm available via Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And you can catch me streaming on Twitch every Friday and Saturday evening. On Fridays, I stream on Twitch and YouTube. And on Saturdays, I stream with this guy, Filthy Icon, exclusively on Twitch. Make sure you check out the details to the right to find out the current times that I'm streaming. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Game on. Don't laugh. If you start laughing when I do the outro,
do you think we should be holding some
I'm
of these
gonna be
things, like,
so mad.